Welcome to Phase 3 for the exercise program to prepare for sport after an arm amputation. Just like before Phase 2, you can pause your video and check to make sure that you've met the prerequisites to begin Phase 3. And please don't forget to warm up before attempting these more challenging exercises. We'll begin with the split stance squat to improve single leg strength. Begin in the kneeling position with one foot out in front and your back or torso straight up and down. Press through your front leg, keeping the whole foot on the ground, bringing your whole body up at the same time. Your emphasis in this exercise should be on the front leg, and you should be feeling it mostly in your butt muscle. Try to avoid letting your body lean forward throughout this exercise, as you see here. From the front, you should see that your body is going straight up and down at a slow, steady pace. As you do this exercise, think about not allowing your knee of the front leg to fall in, like you see here. Once you're able to perform this exercise with 2 sets of 10, you can add a weight to one or both sides. If you choose to load one side, load the side opposite of the foot that's forward. This should help you feel it in the butt and hip muscles on that side. If you're unable to hold a weight on one side, try this adaptation that you'll see next. You can use a duffel bag filled with textbooks or other weighted objects. And when you add weight, remember that the exercise should be focused on the front leg, not allowing the back leg to do all of the pushing. With the added weight, you have to also emphasize not allowing your body to lean towards the weighted side. The next 2 exercises should be done with an upper extremity prosthesis that allows you to grip, and the first will be the split stance chop. You'll start in a split stance with one foot in front of the other and gripping the band with both arms. You can do this with a straight arm or slightly bent arm. Pull the band down and across your body towards your opposite hip, not allowing your body to twist and turn. When this exercise has gotten easier, you can try it in an elevated lunge position without allowing your knee to touch the ground. Pull the band in the same pattern as before, not allowing your body to rotate too far in either direction. If these are too difficult, try this exercise kneeling all the way on the ground with your inside leg forward, still not allowing the band to pull you back. The split stance lift is a similar exercise, except you'll be pulling up instead of down. Begin in the same split stance position with both arms on the band, except now your band will be attached low. Lift with both arms equally in a diagonal pattern, without allowing your body to turn as you pull. You can try the same positional changes with this exercise as with the split stance chop in order to change the difficulty of the exercise. You can also change the distance from the attachment to increase intensity or find a stronger band. The next exercise will also use a prosthesis that allows you to grip and maintain a straight arm. For this exercise, you'll need a paddle or another rod that can simulate a paddle. Attach a band just below your hand on the rod. Start an athletic stance with your knees slightly bent, and you will hinge at the hips and pull the paddle backwards in a rowing motion. Keep your arms straight during this exercise, and while you row, keep the paddle close to your leg. As you pull backwards, think about keeping your core braced like you've practiced before, and not allowing the paddle to pull you forward. Another common mistake is to round your back and twist as you pull back, which can lead to back injury. If you're able to switch which hand is on top, do so when you row on the other side. If not, you can practice rowing on the other side anyway, as this is probably how you'll paddle. This exercise should feel like a challenge to your core and to the back of your shoulder muscles as you pull backwards. The final exercise is a traditional deadlift. Approach the weight with your feet about shoulder width apart, placing the weight directly between your feet. You'll hinge down to the weight, just as you've been practicing before. Make sure you brace your core, keeping your back straight before you lift. Start with light weight and progress slowly by adding weight gradually. This exercise should be felt in the butt and backs of your legs and should not be painful in your back whatsoever. It's important as you approach the weight that you brace your core muscles like you've practiced in videos in the past. Hinge down to the weight, driving your hips backwards, keeping your back flat, and think about driving your shoulder blades down towards your hips. As you raise up, notice how the hips and shoulders come up at the same rate. The core bracing should be maintained throughout the exercise, but you should still be able to breathe. If your core is no longer braced, or your shoulder blades are not being driven down towards your hips, your back may round, like you see here, which can lead to back injury. You can think of the same principles as you set the weight back down, not allowing yourself to round forward. And as a final reminder, this exercise should be felt in your butt muscles and through the backs of your legs. This last adaptation can be used if you're unable to hold weight with both arms. You can again try the duffel bag technique, placing the duffel bag on one side and a weight in the other hand. This exercise should be performed the same exact way. You should only use the duffel bag technique for lighter weights. If you need heavier weight in order to increase the intensity, you have to consider another method of applying the load. Thanks for trying these exercises. You can pause the video here to see the recommended reps and sets, but remember to listen to your body, and if you're having pain throughout any of this, to consult a professional.